Hi, Chandra here with Choices School of Hypnosis and Choices Counseling and Hypnosis. So what I'm about to show you is a technique called the Arrow technique. The Arrow technique was created by an amazing hypnotist. And I'm not just saying this because he's probably going to be watching this video at some point, but I'm saying it because it's actually true. I've learned so much from Freddie Jacquin and his son, Anthony. I highly recommend taking any classes with them. So this arrow technique was created by him to help people to eliminate pain. Now I'm talking about all kinds of pain. It's physical pain, emotional pain, psychological pain. It's effective and it works, but it's not magic. Or is it? Okay, it might be magic. You have to be involved in this. I can't do this to you. I can't even do it for you. I can show you how to do it to yourself, for yourself. I can guide you. I can be the voice. I can help you, encourage you to use your imagination while you do this. Now, what you're going to do in a moment is you're going to close your eyes and you're going to imagine floating up out of your body. I know. You have to use your imagination. So sometimes it takes a little bit of practice. So just practice right now, imagining floating up out of your body and seeing yourself underneath of you, whether you're sitting or lying, standing, just imagine seeing yourself. Now, the more times you practice floating about and looking down and seeing yourself, the better you're going to get at it. So practice it and use this technique whenever you need to eliminate any type of pain, emotional, physical, psychological, any negative thoughts, urges, cravings, but definitely pain. I have used this many times over the years since learning it myself. I've used it to eliminate headaches. Even as I'm walking down the street and I have a headache, I'm just like, whoosh, I'm going to use this technique and get rid of my headache. It works every single time. Of course, I practice. I practice a lot because practice makes perfect practice, and perfect practice makes habits. So I want you to create the habit of eliminating pain that's stopping you from being the you that you're meant to be. So if you're ready to learn this technique, follow along with me and just do what I do. Listen to what I say and follow along with your imagination. Can you do this? Great. Can you clasp your hands together like this? Awesome. Now hold them up in front of you, like you're praying to your higher power or just clasping something precious inside of your hands. Now go ahead and raise your fingers up, your pointer fingers. Raise them up about an inch, right there, about an inch. Now I want you to focus right between those fingers. That's right. Just keep your focus right between those fingers because in a moment, your fingers are going to start to come together. They're going to start to come together. And as they come together more and more, it's just like magnets are on each one of your fingers. And you know how magnets want to just snap together. They're coming together more and more and more. Imagine there's nothing you can do about it. The more you focus, the closer they get. And the closer they got, the more you focus. And they want to come together. And when they come together, I want you to close your eyes. That's right. When those fingers come together, close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, you take a deep breath. Good. And allow your hands to drift down to your lap only as fast as you are ready to eliminate any kind of pain that you've been carrying around for too long. And as your hands lower down to your lap, I'd like you to start using your imagination with me now. And imagine that you are drifting up out of your body. That's right. Imagine drifting up, floating up out of your body. Float up to the ceiling. Up to the ceiling and look down at yourself. Notice yourself sitting or lying down there underneath of you. And just notice yourself. In a few moments, you're going to give yourself a very special gift. And as you allow yourself to float up, you can float higher and higher. You can even imagine floating up out of the building that you're in, the house, the apartment, the office. Float up all the way up into the sky. And then imagine looking down at the rooftop of the place where you're sitting inside, waiting for this gift to be given to you. And you can even imagine floating up higher. And as you float up higher, you can see the other rooftops of the other buildings or houses around you, the roads, the streets, those that go north and south and east and west, and those that wind around and around. And as you imagine floating up even higher now, noticing how the town drifts off into country. And where the country ends, another town or city begins, and it drifts off even more into other countryside, cities, towns. And as you float up even higher, you may start to notice the different water sources. Maybe you notice a river or a stream. And the higher you get, the more everything down below gets smaller and smaller. And those things that once were so big are now so small, becoming the size of ants or matchbox cars or little Legos. And as you float up even higher, noticing that those things that were boundaries on a map, the lines that separated one state or country from another, are just lines on a piece of paper. Because as you watch floating higher and higher, there are no clear, distinct boundaries for so many things. In fact, you wouldn't even know you were leaving one state and entering another if it wasn't for a sign that said now leaving and now entering. But yet, complete different countries can have completely different laws that you need to follow or not. And so as you float up even higher and higher, noticing all of the specific shapes blending together into just colors, even higher and higher, the greens and the browns, the white snow-capped mountains, the blues of the ponds and the oceans. It isn't water, a funny thing. Underneath all that water is still land that connects all of these countries together, but yet such an amazing barrier that separates. And without the right tools and technology and the ability to cross that water, you have to stay on your own side. Water, that gentle, wonderful thing that you can pick up in a bucket or a cup. But if you try to reach down and pick it up in your hand, it just flows through your fingers, gently back down to the ground, yet so powerful. As it flows, mighty and strong, it can cut away granite. The dams break and the water flows down, paving its way, marking its territory of where it wants to go, not contained when it's let loose to do what it wants to do. And as you float up even higher now, go up higher, high up into the clouds, as everything just fades down underneath of you into muted colors or bright colors, greens, blues, whites, browns, and float up even higher so you can leave the Earth's atmosphere behind as the Earth just floats underneath of you now. Look at it, notice it, imagine it, a beach ball, a blue and white and green beach ball just floating there. And I don't know about you, but I don't know how it floats there. It's so amazing. It just stays right where it's supposed to stay, spinning on its axis. Each planet stays in its own orbit, spinning around the sun. And I don't even need to know how it does it. I'm just grateful that it does. And as you're floating up there in the universe, just feel that feeling of free floating. That's right. Now imagine, use your imagination and imagine a target. You know, the kind of target that you would use if you were going to shoot a bow and arrow. A target with a bullseye right in the center. And put this target between you and the earth below. Now this target has a magical bullseye. And this bullseye is going to start pulling out all of the negativity, any pain that you're carrying, physical pain, put it in this magical bullseye. Imagine there's nothing you can do about it. It's automatically right now absorbing, pulling out of you like a big magnet, all of that physical pain and emotional pain, the weight that you've been carrying around, even the pain down below on earth. It's magically just pulling it up out, sticking it in the center of this bullseye. That's right. Allow it all to flow out of you. Use your imagination and imagine just placing it right there in the center of that bullseye. Because in a moment, you're going to shoot yourself right through the center. That's right. You're going to imagine that you are an arrow and you're going to pull yourself back and you're going to shoot yourself right through the center. And then you're going to be done done with all of that which has limited you. So as everything is pulled out of you now, put right in the center of that bullseye, noticing the colors of the rings, the color of the bullseye as it gets filled up with everything that which you don't need or want anymore. And as I count from 3 down to 1, on 1, you will shoot yourself through the center. 3, feeling yourself pull back more and more. 2, getting ready, because on the next number, when you go through, you're going to feel everything so much more intensely, but then you're going to be done with it. And 1, whoosh, all the way through the center. That's right. As you float out on the other side, taking a deep breath, floating free, imagining now the faces of the people that you love the most, the faces of the people or animals that you love the most. Maybe they're down here on earth waiting for you to return. Maybe they've already gone on to their next journey in their life. But imagine those faces now, ready for you to live the life that you get to live. Free of every limiting idea, thought, feeling, emotion, sensation, free to be you. And imagine that love now, because that love brings you down, back down to earth. But before you go back into your body, I'd like you to imagine floating to the other side of the room and just look at yourself, notice yourself, notice that amazing you, the you that you are meant to be, your strengths, your skills, your resources, the things in your life that you get to live. Notice how special you are. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, you can float back into your body, only as fast as you're ready to give yourself this gift of freedom, this gift of peace, comfort, happiness even. And not because I say so, but because it is the true nature of who you are and what you deserve. That's right. And as you float into your body, going back into your mind, realizing now that even in this short amount of time that we've spent together, everything has changed. The world has kept spinning on its axis and rotating around the sun. Where you once were, you no longer are, and you never will be again, because you are where you are now, and you'll be where you need to be then. As you take a nice deep breath in, feeling the freedom of being you. That's right. And when you're ready to live this life, you can open your eyes to your brand new you. It feels great, doesn't it? That's right. So, thank you for sharing this special technique with me. And know that you can use this whenever you need to. You can pull this video or this audio back up and listen to it. Or you can imagine for yourself that you're floating up out of your body. Float all the way up and see the earth underneath of you, doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And then put that target right between you and the earth. And everything that you don't want to feel, imagine it just automatically pops in there. And then you just count yourself down and shoot yourself through the center and come out the other side, free, feeling amazing. Get rid of it. You have the ability to change how you think and how you feel, physically and emotionally. So blessings to you. Live the life that you want to live. You create your reality. So you might as well create a good one.